Yeah, I mean, you have seen key cards several times.
Mm.
All right, I think. Yep. Okay. Everything is good now. I think.
Okay. Oh,
You're allowed to be in the race area,
sorry.
not necessarily in all the food prep areas.
All right.
All right. I think we're back. I think we're up. I think we're running.
Right.
There we go.
Is
Hello,
there
hello, folks. Sorry about
a
that.
key card up on this level?
Ooh, what made you think of this? Why was this where you went?
Well, this is a Kronstadt paddock.
Okay. Yeah,
So
that's
maybe
all right. Sure. Look around. See if you can lay hand to one.
it's just a closet. Okay.
Yeah, I will say our instrument panel on the back end here looks a little strange. Not everything has resolved. It's just Andra in the chat at the moment. Not sure what happened there. YouTube did not. Oh, no, that's a good ash. I think it's a fancy ashtray. That's a photo of Robert Knox. Just ripped that out of a magazine. Okay, there does not seem to be a Kronstadt keycard laying around up here. It was good thinking though. Good environmental thinking.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
Okay,
actually.
all the tools have resolved. Everything is we are good and live for sure. Sorry about that, everybody. You know, crush this dude. So, what's your plan?
Yeah.
What do you?
Well, I'm taking care of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
I will actually switch my disguise.
Okay.
That's always fun.
Sure. Sure.
Still looking in case there's a key card somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
That's a gun I'm allowed to have now.
Yeah. Above all else, I think this is a reasonable plan. I think you made this plan based on good logic and thinking. It does not seem like it worked out though.
Yeah. I might have to just replan and bring my lockpick.
Well, you're not gonna be able to lockpick a key card, a door that's magnetically locked with a key card.
But I can lockpick
this door over
door.
here. Okay. Yeah. Hi, I'm security. I'm allowed to be places.
Yeah. Well, I'll be places, but it's not letting me. So.
So what's down here? Amabel? Why would you do that? You need to hide. Nope, don't do. Okay, I don't know what you're doing.
Blend.
All right, why is it always spend more time with the body?
I have blended in with the crowd. No one can find me.
Remarkably, that dude has lost you somehow. He's coming though. Nope. You let him get inside the circle.
Oh, damn it.
You just completely threw away your advantage. Amabel Holland. How do you get into so many fistfights? I never just get into fistfights in this game. I don't.
My reflexes are bad?
Can I tell you, the last time you got fist fought while carrying the axe, I literally didn't know people could get you into the fist fight minigame while you had a weapon.
Oh, okay.
Why did you shoot that guy in the back of the head with an unsilenced pistol when you had a silenced pistol?
Comedy?
Did you find it funny?
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right. Then I guess it worked. People in the chat agree with you. I am outnumbered.
Yeah.
100 Dunn says, that was like watching a cat push a vase off a high shelf while going, no, don't you dare. Okay, all right. I was kind of curious what your plan was for that dude, and I guess that's the plan.
No, come back here.
The guy unlocked the door for you so he could run through it and tell on you. That's very funny.
All right. Well, let's find somewhere to hide.
Probably wise. Hey, cool. Keycard for the building.
Hiding.
Okay, all right. All right. So you didn't even need your lockpick for that. You could have just choked that guy out before and had the other dude unlock the door for you.
Yeah. All right. So let me.
Why are we paused?
I'm sorry. I'm also downloading something.
Okay. Well, can you?
All right. All right. I'm sorry.
The show is the thing.
Okay.
Especially if your plan involves sitting still in a box for several minutes. We need to get that going as soon as we can.
All right. Let's explore a little bit.
Okay. You don't need to be crouching in here. You are allowed to be in here.
Oh. That's a white dot on the move.
Okay, lots of various tools. It's handy stuff.
Too many people here. Hoping for some of the little less people.
They're waking up that guy you choked out.
All right, gotta run. Talk later.
Boy. That looked like you might have broken the valve off of it. Yeah, you see how there's like gas escaping from it now? That makes me nervous. That seems volatile.
Okay, Mischief.
Mischief, all right. So I'm gonna assume there that if I were to ask you, what is your plan? What was your plan there? That would be sort of besides the point of the reason you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. Well, that person I can't.
Do you want to charge that car's battery?
Sure.
Always into a box with you. Why? Why are you in a box right now?
So, in case someone comes to check this out, they're not. No.
Okay. Well, I'm a big fan of don't get seen, but there's a lot of ways to not get seen. Also, yeah. Remember that generally you cannot steal women's clothes.
Right.
Yeah, the pit boss here knows her employees and also doesn't have stealable clothing. Even though she does look super hot. Maybe that's really why you can't steal it, because 47 knows he's not that hot.
Ah. Hang on. I have.
You're allowed to be here.
Right, but I'm not allowed to be here fucking someone up when someone else can see me do it.
All right, okay. Is Amabel's only previous stealth experience Metal Gear Solid? Is that where the box thing comes from? I can tell you for sure
I've
that
never-
Amabel has never played Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, no, that
What
guy's right
did
there.
this
Yeah.
accomplish? How did he not see that? Okay,
don't
go.
know,
Just
but
go.
I'm-
Just get
Go.
away.
Go.
That's fucking ridiculous. That's beyond. That is a level beyond madness. But you've
That's
done
beyond meat.
it. You have a Kronstadt mechanic outfit, and you're out of there. I mean, the guy was looking up. You know, he was visibly looking up. Now, you are not allowed probably to be in the Cowan paddock as a Kronstadt mechanic,
Right.
so be stealthy about this.
Yeah.
By which I mean, don't do the thing you're doing right now. Be stealthy about this.
All right. Well, how else do I get in here? Because
The
that,
way you came in from the first time. Yeah, like that.
but that door was closed. Now I
So?
came in this way before as the race marshal.
Right, but that is not a good... You,
Right.
You are not allowed to do that now. There's a lot of
Right.
people around.
So how do I do? Hmm. Well, okay. Let me go back on the.
There's a door, but it's closed. Is some cat level concerns. You are a
There's
human
a door,
being.
but I don't
Just-
have a key. Oh, I do have a key card now.
You do have a key card. You know that you have a key card. Maybe wait for the camera not to be looking directly at you. Okay. Now you just got to make it look like an accident.
Right. How do I do that?
Yeah, that's a great question. What screams accident to you? What's this guy doing? Is he working on anything dangerous?
Which guy is he? Is he?
He's that guy.
The guy right there.
No, look at your mini map.
The guy pacing back and forth. The guy is stationary. The guy pacing back and forth.
Right.
Yeah, Gosh.
So how could it look like an accident here?
All right, I throw a soda can at the fan, and it shreds it into shrapnel and goes into his face.
I don't think that's likely to work.
So what is he has? He has a desk.
Yeah. What's I mean, what kind of what's over there?
Some explosives.
Yeah, you see explosives?
Is that not? Well, what? I mean, I think so.
Okay.
I
Do you know of a way to detonate that explosive?
could shoot it with a gun.
Okay.
Would that be that? Would that feel accidental enough?
Sometimes explosives just blow up. Most importantly, once an explosive thing is blown up, it's very difficult to analyze it for evidence of tampering because it exploded.
Right.
Hit it again, hit it again.
Help me! I need help here.
Hit it again. Hit it again.
Hit it again.
Put your gun away. Oh god.
I did.
Yeah, but you did after you walked out there and got seen. Just run, just run.
Come in, Central. Right there, right there.
Crouching.
Go! Run! Run! Run!
Break line of sight. Okay. Whew. Okay. You know what? I'm not even going to get upset with you about this. This is a perfectly reasonable ride.
All right.
Lazuli says that's still counting as an accident is peak Hitman absurdism. Listen, the flask exploded. Who could possibly have foreseen it? This is what happens when you pressurize gases, you know? Fuels don't want to be in a tank.
Right.
They want to be entering your lungs and doing horrible things to you.
Oh, everyone's kind of scrambling around. That doesn't feel great.
Well, you created a large explosion and then a gunfight.
Yeah.
You gotta get better about put gun away.
Yeah, I thought I hit the put gun away button, but I think I hit the G button
you
instead.
opened the door and basically headbutted that security guard out there, and then put your gun away. He saw you with the gun, and that's why he went hot mode so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting
All
caught
right.
with a gun in a disguise you're not supposed to have a gun is basically the number one way to set everybody off. Good time to have a lockpick. This does nothing for you?
It's a
I see.
non-compromised outfit.
I see what your plan is. You are not going to escape as a Kronstadt mechanic. This is a level of cowardice that I am willing to accept.
Remember, folks.
You know your one exit, and you love it, and you're going to use it.
Well, it's close to where the things
Sure,
happen.
okay, sure.
I just have to
I'm
go
not
get
arguing.
an outfit first.
Yeah, you will have to be dressed as a medic. But fortunately, you have all kinds of map knowledge now. You know exactly how to make that happen.
Yeah. I'm glad we're doing this. I'm sorry it's been so long and so frustrating at times.
So Amabel, you're seeing it, you're working in it, you're living in it here. Like, is it cool? Is it neat? What do you think of?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think so. You started telling me about Hitman when the World of Assassination started, and I thought the way you described it was neat. It made me want to try to play it, while knowing I'd have a lot of difficulty playing it, which we have seen.
Yes, you turned out to be correct about that.
Yeah, I do think it's neat. All right, this. Oh well, that's
You're not going to get much map. You have to complete the thing.
1 star though.
All right, now you got to kill a different guy in a different garage, specifically with an explosion. This is the story of a Kronstadt mechanic going nuts and eliminating the competition.
1 star is generous. Oh, thank you, Andra. I think that's actually
Again,
sufficient.
you did start a gunfight in a public place.
Yeah. All right. I think this was. Well, could I have done that throwing a wrench? Do you think
Throwing a wrench
at the
at the propane tank? No,
Yeah.
no, that's a gunfire. You gotta use your gun for that.
Okay, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Could you show me how you would tackle that first step?
No.
I
No,
want
I'm
to see
not
a
gonna do
5-star.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Well, all right then.
Sorry.
Well, okay, that's all right. But I think I have hitmanned sufficiently for today, and would like to do something else for the.
Okay,
remaining
I
before phase
don't agree, and I do think that you're a huge baby. But all right. To the cave. I love you very much. I'm just teasing you.
I love you too.
All right, to the cave. Okay, I don't have specifically. So I had another thing planned in case we needed to bail on Hitman.
Yeah.
But you have been going for long enough that I think this would be too long.
Okay.
Now my alternate plan. So
All right. Well, then I guess we're in phase 3. I don't know how long the stream
on,
is
I'm
because
looking-
Tell Me has only been on for 18 minutes at this point. So
well, right, but that's you know how time works.
yeah, I just don't remember when we
We initially went
Okay.
live just after 11:30, but then there's got a little bit of pre-stream time, a little bit of phase
Okay,
1
so yeah,
time.
so we've
I like
done
I like phase 2 to be like 2 hours. That's what I'm usually aiming for. Is a 2 hour phase 2. to our real stream time.
Okay.
So we need a little bit of time left to go in that. I'm looking at some options here. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just go ahead and. Will it break your heart if we run a little long? We don't have to show the whole
It will
thing.
not.
But,
No.
I'll just go ahead and do the thing. Do my backup thing anyway. Robin Bennett says it's literally impossible to know how time works. If time works how we know it does. That's a fair point. So a game got real popular for a while on Twitch for like a week. And it was, in my opinion, pretty underbaked at that time. It was not ready for live, but like this is the problem with early access and why I think it's a bad system in a lot of ways. You only get to launch once. And if you think you get 1.0 when you say you get 1.0, you are wrong. You get 1.0 when you first let people know about your product. All of this is a really long way to say that I started playing the Bazaar. Welcome to the Bazaar, everybody. If you're not familiar with the Bazaar, don't worry. We're gonna show you what's up here. So this is Jules is the new character. I might just do a quick Jules run here because I do not know how to be good at Jules. Jules has been out for about 5 days. So this is a thing. It's in the sort of backpack battles, auto battler sort of genre.
Yeah, I've seen you play a bit of this.
Yeah.
I've been very fortunate.
So the basic format of this game, and I do believe that I have the audio tuned really low. So let me just make sure. Let me turn this up a little bit. The basic idea of this game is we are trying to fill this bar here. You win your run if you get 10 victories against other players. We are going to play the game over a series of days. We're gonna perform different events, and at the end of the day, we're going to fight a player and either win or lose. If we win, we get a victory mark. If we lose, we're gonna lose prestige equal to the day number that it is. If you hit prestige 0, your run ends before If you hit prestige 0, you lose with however many victories you have. So. There are 6 different characters, and they're all themed in different ways, and they have their different item sets. Jules is a chef, a celebrity chef. So one of Jules' mechanics is we have a stove here on one of our item slots that can heat items.
But I can help you finish a fight.
You can see down here we've started with 15 gold, and we have an income, an amount of gold that we're given at the start of each day. You can see these items have price tags on them and a bunch of text and stuff. I'm just going to quickly buy some items that I know to be pretty okay. We got to get some stuff to start our run with. Buy some skewers and some cookies. So we have limited space on our board. I'm going to play these skewers. And I'm going to play all these weapons. So you see everything here has a cooldown timer, right? This says 5 seconds, and text. And when the battle starts, the cooldown on everything's going to start running. And this item every 5 seconds is going to deal 10 damage to my opponent. This item every 5 seconds is going to deal 10 damage to my opponent. This item is going to deal a smaller amount of damage every 4 seconds, and also cause all my other weapons to deal more damage for the rest of the fight. So we just bought ourselves sort of a basic set of weapons. You get a couple of events in the morning here. Let's open up a treasure chest and get some butter. Butter is cool. We'll worry about that later. And then around the midpoint of each day, you get to fight a monster. I'm going to say let's fight Pyro here. So this is what a battle looks like. Everybody has their board of items. You do not make any decisions or play the game at all during battle. It's just the decisions that you have made play out against your opponent's decisions, and you see what happens. So we have our bunch of knives strategy, along with our skewer, which has a 100% crit chance if it's heated. against our opponent. If we defeat the monster opponent, you can see there we got some rewards, 2 coins and 3 experience points, and also one of the monster's items or one of its perks. We got a cinder here, so when we sell this, our leftmost item that has burn on it gets more burn. We don't have any burn items, so for right now I'm just gonna hold on to that. You can see down here below our bar we have an experience, or below our portrait we have an experience meter. Most things that you do in a day will give you like 1 or 2 points of experience. Fighting monsters is worth more, of course. So after we do any one of these things, we'll have a full XP bar and we'll level up. I'm a little short on money, so I don't really want to go shopping. Let's just gain some income for right now. When we level up, of course, our max HP goes up. We get some kind of bonus, and our carpet expands. The first couple of times you level up, your carpet expands until it completely fills the board. So we're going to choose a shiny bronze tier enchanted item. Let's see here. We can get some toxic butter. Butter that does the normal butter thing and then also poisons your opponent when you use it. Actually, that's kind of a fun idea. Let's take some toxic butter. And because we already have butter, that bronze butter combined with the bronze butter we already have to become silver butter, which is slightly more effective. This is a very common thing in these auto battler games, right? Where you get a couple copies of a thing to turn it into a better version of the thing. So we're gonna get to pull one more item here, or we're gonna do one more thing for the day. We encountered a cute furry little creature. We have some food, so we're going to feed it, and it's gonna teach us how to get crit chance on our non-weapon items or shield on our shield items. Okay, none of this stuff is relevant to us right now. We do not have these kinds of items, but we may later. And here we go. End of day 1. We're up against another player who is also at their end of day 1 build. And yeah, our items will just sort of fire against each other until one of us is dead. So that toxic butter we picked up, when it goes off, it hastes an item for 1 second, which makes the item tick twice as fast. It poisons the enemy a little bit, and then for each tool or food item adjacent to it, it gets a multicast, so it will go off an additional time when it goes off. We have it between 2 tools right now, so every time it goes off, it's going to poison our enemy for 2 points of poison 3 times, which I'm hoping is going to actually do a lot of damage over the course of the fight. You can see every second she's ticking. Every time she uses a healing item, it reduces the amount of poison slightly. So she's got this 1 healing item that's fighting the poison. But I think a lot of this is going to come down to that poison, honestly. And you know what? Our knives are getting pretty sharp. A tactical error that she has made without realizing it
A little overdone.
is that we have this weapon that deals triple damage if the opponent has any shield, and she has 1 weak shielding item.
Oh.
So it's not providing enough shield to actually lengthen her life, but it is making our seafood cracker go nuts every once in a while. All right.
Good job, sweetheart.
So a victory for us, a loss for her. And that's basically the idea. We just keep going until either we fill out the victory bar or we empty our prestige bar. We got our income, so we're back up to 11 coins. And how's chat doing?
Chat is celebrating my hilarious warehouse joke from the Vampire the Masquerade episode.
Okay.
So thanks to Robin and to Beetle Bubble for that.
Okay, so see our cookie
Andra
cutters.
didn't realize this was an auto battler.
Yeah. So our cookie cutters here at the start of each day give us a cookie. The cookie item that we have received is a thing that permanently increases our max health every time it goes off, and it has a limited number of charges. So we just got to make sure to eat our cookie every day and get some more max HP, get bigger and stronger. I'm feeling pretty okay about the run so far, but we don't really have like a strategy going here. We just have a collection of items that are kind of fine. Okay, our treasure chest has given us an Ulu knife. If this is hasted, it gains plus 10 crit chance for the fight. Interesting. I think I'll keep... Well, you know what? That weapon is definitely just straight up better than the cookie cutters. And the cookie cutters will continue to produce cookies from our backpack. They're not actually a very good combat item. All right, our midday monster fight. We can fight this coconut crab, the Boreer, or the ventriloquist. I'm going to go for the coconut crab because I know what items he has, and there's some things here I would like to have. So quickly devouring our cookie during combat. Okay. We got that done. The crab once again is shielding itself periodically, which is making it weak against our seafood cracker. One thing I really like about this game is they do a good job of making the thematics make sense. Like, crustacean type creatures are tough because they use shield, so the seafood cracker is particularly good against shielded enemies, which incidentally means that it's good against seafood type enemies. Like, you know, I appreciate when that stuff lines up.
Yeah, and that's, I can say from personal experience, that can be difficult to do sometimes, depending on how developed the mechanical language you have is. And a game like this, where there are, I don't know, hundreds of different objects.
Yeah.
That's quite an accomplishment, and everything you've shown me has had that kind of verisimilitude. So
they also just have like a very sort of like drawn out, weird world that they've established behind the mechanics. I really appreciate the world building stuff. So this seashell that we just got is shield 15 for each aquatic item you have. You'll notice each item above the text box has a number of tags on it. It's a very like tag based game. The aquatic items are a mechanic of a different character. You can see her head at the top right of the text box there. This is ordinarily an item that belongs to a different character. We're not going to get a lot of aquatic stuff, so I'm just going to go ahead and sell this right now. That's not something that's going to be very effective for us.
So Alex is asking, MTG, I know what MTG is ostensibly a duel between wizards. Oh, that's Magic the Gathering.
Yes.
It's a duel between wizards. What is the framing of the Bazaar? A food fight? A cook-off?
The framing of the Bazaar is that we're people at the Bazaar. It is this sort of like vaguely fantasy Middle Eastern, you know, jewel of a city in the vast desert kind of thing. Having sort of like a show tournament. That's why the way you lose is by losing your prestige and stuff. Not all the characters are chefs. This character is a celebrity chef, but like another one of them is a real estate mogul, and one of them is a robot who's just here for some reason, and one of them's
and loves dinosaurs.
One of them is a mechanic who's trying to like launch her automotive business. Yeah, it's sort of a kitchen sink fantasy. It's a weird thing. It's a big weird thing. I do like this skillet. I'm gonna buy us a skillet.
How about this weather?
And we're gonna make some changes here. I'm gonna pull this. The skillet's gonna get. Oh no, the skillet doesn't need our heat. I was thinking the skillet needed the heating space. And then we're gonna sell the cinders here. And since we now have an item that does burn in our inventory, in our active inventory, this will improve that. I like the burn build with her. I don't know how effective it really is,
Happy to make a sale.
but we're gonna buy these noodles to go with it. So these, you can see if they're heated, they do one thing. If they're chilled, they do a different thing. And if we have a medium size, that is a 2-slot wide item with the tool tag, this item's cooldown is reduced all the way down to 2 seconds. And sure enough, that skillet is a medium tool. And then we're gonna also put in... Yeah, I'm gonna put in this black pepper, but we're gonna trade out... There we go. We do it like that. Okay, so I'm converting from a straight damage build to sort of a fire damage build. This charges adjacent items, so I probably want this to be here. So when this goes off, it accelerates the 2 items that are next to it by 1 second each, so we want to make sure it's in the right place. There's a lot of like caring about adjacencies, a lot of caring about tags, a lot of positioning things. This does this to items to the left or whatever. So I think there's a lot of cleverness that can go into the build and keeping your stuff running.
Some space for that blunder.
All right, So we just got a cooler. You can see here another one of our slots has gained a thing. So this will chill items for items that care about being chilled. Chill doesn't do anything by itself, but you have items that will care about it. And I have 2 money, so I can't really shop all that effectively, but I also have a bunch of stuff I could sell. Yeah, let's go check out the armory.
Oh, a customer.
We could sell some things if we see something we like. Okay, this basket's interesting. So you can see it has its functionality right now, and then it has quests attached to it. So if we sell 12 food while we own this, it'll gain 50% crit chance. If we sell another 12 food beyond that, it'll gain multicast. And if we sell another 24 food after that, it'll get a dramatic cooldown reduction. So some items, you have to get them early and try to improve them over time. We could run a colander. Like, what if I sell those skewers for 2 gold, use that money to purchase a colander? Sadly, we don't really have anything to do with our cooler right now. It's not accomplishing anything. But, well, if we're running a colander, maybe I want to... Because the thing is, we have this durian, which if it's chilled deals damage equal to the amount of shield you have on you. And if I have an item that is gaining a bunch of shield, the durian itself shields you when it's used. Maybe...
Yeah, I want to try a durian one of these days.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's been on my list as, like, a fruit I want to try because... the thing I know about the durian is it smells like wet garbage,
Yeah.
like really offensively bad, but it's supposed to taste like a nice custard, and I do like a custard.
Why fight when we can feast?
Okay, we're gonna try sort of a combo shield and burn build here. And here's our day 2 person fight against Dooley and his robot core stuff. So there are every character has their own big selection of items, and then there's a bunch of items that are neutral that anyone can find, and there are ways to get items from other characters. There's just like a lot of things an opponent can have, and you kind of just have to learn how to interpret people's builds by sight. We can't stop and read out every opponent's builds. We'll be here all day. But he had a weapon crit damage based thing going on that definitely put me all the way in the dumpster. We're in kind of a weird between state here.
Yeah. Beetle, I don't think I've had a custard apple. I have had pawpaw, which is something that's, I think, very similar. That's kind of regional here.
Mm-hmm.
And I do enjoy those.
Even more improvement to the durian. Check out my gold ranked durian.
Alex asks, how do they teach the game mechanics?
You're looking at it.
Okay.
There's not really a tutorial.
There's no
I don't
There's no
think.
like encyclopedia.
I'll tell you what. If there's a tutorial, I didn't play it. I just kind of jumped in. But that is the way I tend to approach things like this.
Yeah, I know.
Let's have a little snack time. We'll just gain 20 max health per level. A little bit of toughness.
The thing Beetle with the pawpaws is they are ripe for approximately 2 weeks, and then they're awful after that. So it's like a 2-week period where you can pick and eat them. So it's very
yeah, and they don't preserve well. They are a real
no.
It is a very, very limited thing.
Okay, Kato says it's a tutorial for new players now, but
Okay.
more along the lines of click this thing to grab the item, and less here's how synergies work.
Okay.
Calm down. Let's talk about it.
So we defeated this enemy and we got his skill instead of one of his items. So whenever we do a freeze, one of our weapons gains 10 damage for the rest of the fight. That certainly gives us something to build toward, if we see freezing items. I'm a little broke right now, so we could take an abandoned crate. I'm just going to take a random... Show me some food. Show me some cool food. Trail mix. It's not very good to start with. With the multicast and everything, if you were to actually work on getting these quests done, I think that probably gets pretty okay.
Outer space. Precious space.
She's so excited to have more counter space. So I think anybody who has worked in a kitchen in any way can understand.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what? I am going to put this actually on our table for now, even though I don't love it, just because I want to have a lot of small food items. Well, actually, I guess the only thing that cares about this just wants whatever's over here to be small. So let's make it this ulu knife. That way, if it gets hit by the haste from the butter, it'll get that bonus. And then this time for leveling up, we can take an item or we can take an upgrade on one of our bronzes. Let's upgrade
Pride in our
the
restorations.
skillet.
Our items have lived.
Set our base burn value to 5, and we're getting multicast because this has 2 food adjacent to it. This has stuff adjacent to it. You know, we're playing the game here. We're making all of our stuff fit together. So I love games like this with like physical spatial elements. These like spatial puzzle elements, you know that. So that's part of what draws me in here, and I just think like it's got a very lush presentation. I don't know. I think there's a lot going for it.
This quick.
I like it a lot more now than I did in the state that it was in when it was briefly popular. All right, so we got an opposing Jules. What has she got? What is this? Burrito. Ah, okay. Shield and burn and regen, and if it's heated, it has 100% crit chance. Interesting. And she's got a thing here. Whenever you gain regen, your burn items improve, and okay. She's got a very fire-focused build. So you can see fire is an effect that you just put on an opponent, and it, does damage over time. It's similar to poison, but there's a couple of important differences.
I have to teach Laurel to stand up for herself.
The synergy of her build is really good. She's really kicked our ass there. Our prestige, oh no. The fire and the poison are similar but different in a couple of important ways. Poison doesn't decrease when it ticks. The more poison you put on somebody, it just keeps stacking up. Fire loses a little bit of potency. It loses a stack every time it ticks, but it also ticks at twice the speed. Twice per second instead of once per second. So what we need is some kind of like big powerful item to really give us a place to build around, to give us something to focus our build on. I'm not seeing that just yet, so I'm just gonna kind of like try to keep picking up items that have synergy. I think I said it before, but just to reiterate, I am not very good at this game. I have a lot of trouble posting 10-win runs, so don't take my advice. And if it looks like I'm doing badly, it's because I'm doing badly. What's up, Amabel?
The thing you said was funny. But also, like, I don't know, like, I remember watching you play when you first started playing this. You had a lot of trouble getting very far at all, and like you've gotten a lot better at, like, you actually do get some 10-win runs.
I've gotten better with the characters whose item pools I'm a little more familiar with. With Jules, we're definitely still learning here.
Yeah.
So check out this like orcish retiree with his golf clubs and his piggy bank and
Okay.
sort of a goofy healing themed character, and then golf clubs gain more damage on them every time you heal during the fight. So you can see his strategy is stay alive until my golf clubs are so big they squash you. That's cute, right? That's just cute.
Yeah.
But I ate a few too many booze fruits.
Alright, we beat him, so what do we get? We got his skill. Whenever you heal or gain regen, your shield items gain +3 shield for the rest of the fight. You know, that's not bad. We are currently not healing or gaining regen, but we certainly have items in our pool that will do that. Let's go visit little Gastro. Gastro, the adorable pig. He's a teacup piglet chef, I guess, is his thing. This pie shields you and burns people based on how much it shields you if it's heated. I mean, that's not horrible, but it's not like exciting either. We can improve our instant noodles.
Sauce are fruit from the orchards of Eden. Sinfully good.
Salt improves the crit chance of adjacent items, and whenever you crit with an adjacent item, charge this. That's... I say.
Finally, some space for that blunder.
Alright, we've leveled up. We're going to get a new skill here.
We're a good team.
The first time you use a large item each fight, so large items are items that are 3 slots wide. We haven't seen any of those yet. It would give us some shield. When you slow, your items gain crit chance. None of this is very good for us. We could re-roll. I guess I'm going to. None of these are very exciting. First time you freeze each fight, haste an item. Yeah, I don't think any of this stuff is very compelling, unfortunately.
There are a lot of steps in this staircase.
I'm going to take that one just because it's a trigger on freeze, and we already have a trigger on freeze. And like theoretically, we could get some freezing items, right? And this could work out. Oh, look at this! Look at this person who has jewels with an alternate skin already.
Feed you and fight you.
What?
Why fight
Jules-
when we can feast?
Jules making some kind of dessert. All right, what do you got? Microwaves and rice and okay, wine that chills, wine that shields and slows. I don't know. This doesn't seem very coherent to me. I guess the entire thing is based on buffing up the value on this rice. I see. So yeah, she's going to get a ton of regen and apply a ton of burn to us. And while we are applying pretty good burn back, we don't have regen. So we're not surviving her burn the way she's surviving ours.
Check it out. Over dinner.
She has much better synergy. This is the thing, like, I always feel like I'm having a hard time finding the items that synergize together. And I'm sure that there's a way. I just don't... And it does feel like I get better with characters. It feels like over time, the more I play a character, the better my luck gets. And I know that means that what's actually happening is not that my luck is improving, right?
Yeah.
I just need to get more familiar with the item pools and stuff. So here's those burritos we saw earlier. They don't seem like a great item. Like the durian thing's not really working. People are hitting us too hard and for too much. We're not getting to stack our shield very much. And so we're not getting very much damage out of the durian. So I am looking to replace that with something that does something more compelling, but I don't really have a sense of what that would be. This bread knife deals damage equal to double your regen. That's pretty interesting. I'm going to buy that speculatively.
Doesn't work out for you. Come back for a refund.
We don't have good regen items, but what if we did? What if we could? But mostly what I'm looking for is a way to start digging in on this, like, this freezing people stuff. And partially that's a thing that usually comes like later on. So when you start the run, like on day 1, you'll mostly be shown bronze quality items. And then, later on it becomes more common to see silver, and then later more common to see gold. And the most powerful items only exist at the higher rarities, right? There's no copper version of like most of the 3-slot items. So freeze is an effect that is pretty powerful, and so it's usually seen on more powerful items. So I wouldn't be surprised. This might be a good stopgap for us. I wouldn't be surprised if we just aren't going to see the powerful the freeze items until we're a couple days in. So I'm not stressing too much right now. I don't know what these monsters do off the top of my head. I know that Harkuvian Rocket Trooper is going to have a Harkuvian rocket launcher, which is an item that I don't want. So let's go fight Grandfather Clock. He's got stuff based on tools. Yeah, we could use some skills that have to do with tools. That would be cool. The monsters you're noticing mostly are not super dangerous. There are a couple who will put up a real fight. This is he's got an atomic clock here that he has used to increase the cooldown of our items to make our items go off less frequently. And the Hands of Time. Reduce another tool's cooldown by 1 second for the rest of the fight. And this item's cooldown is reduced by 1 second for each adjacent tool. What a weird thing that I'm not going to hold in my inventory. So you can see here, we do have limited space in our inventory as well as on our board. We can't just hold on to every item forever. I think I'm gonna bail on the durian. Let's just put some more food down. We'll do the ulu knife again, and I don't know, maybe the trail mix? Just so that we can have more food around this thing so we can keep everything multicasting as much as possible. So it's almost always the case that when you get a choice of stuff to do, the leftmost item is a shop, the rightmost item is get some kind of thing for free, and then the middle's kind of the wild card slot. Here we can aid a caravan descending the Great Plateau, and when you do this, there's a ton of different results you can get. Okay, they gave us a generous tip. That's pretty lucky. That's a lot of money. But sometimes you'll have to fight a monster to protect the caravan, or they'll give you an item for free or something. I took a little bit of a gamble there. All right, I'm still just kind of like searching for something to build around. Pizza. Okay. Hey, this pizza's pretty neat. So gain 1 regen for the fight, and if it's heated, burn 1. Those are pretty bad values, but it has multicast 6 on it. So every time you use it, it happens 6 times, which means any kind of improvement we make, we get 6 times the effectiveness. I will take your pizza, and I will immediately contort my build around it.
That is a sad-looking pizza, Alex. It's not a Detroit-style pizza, that's for sure.
That's for sure. So we definitely want this over the heater. How do I want to rearrange this? Because the thing is, we definitely still want... Yeah, put that like that. And then... And instead of the ulu knife, we do run the trail mix. Okay, so now we've got a bunch of multicasting fire things and some regen going, and I'm going to sell this. This whole durian plant is bullshit. If we're running all of this regen stuff, should we have the bread knife? Does the bread knife get pretty good, actually? You know what? Maybe let's try the bread knife. But the bread knife should be placed in a position where it has food to the left of it. Let's rearrange things a little bit. There we go. So every time the bread knife goes off, it hastes the pizza, which is good because the pizza is kind of a long cooldown. Now we're not getting full multicast off of our skillet. I mean, whatever. Okay, let's just try it like this. Let's try it like this, Amabel. What do you think?
I think that's a good idea.
What can I get you?
I think you're gonna win. I think you're gonna win 10 victories.
Okay. Destroy your leftmost food for the fight. Deal 10 damage. When you destroy one of your foods, double this item's damage for the rest of the fight. When you use a food... Oh, that's interesting. What an interesting item. I'm definitely not in that place, but what an interesting item. More stuff triggering off of chills. Okay, let's just go.
Hey, that's okay. It's
Alex
not
asks if
tough.
Alex assumes they're not using AI for the art, and I don't feel like if they were that you would be playing it. So
yeah, no, this is all human ass art. They have posted some stuff on their YouTube channel. They have a significant team working behind this game, and there's a lot of artists.
Make this
I have definitely seen people be worried about that in the Steam forums and stuff, but I haven't seen any indication that it's AI art. They seem very proud of their art team. And I think the art, if you pay attention to it, the art has a lot of little details. Like, these are specific creatures from the game. And like the art has a lot of details where like art from cards calls out to art from other cards, and I don't think they're AI arting. I could be wrong. I might get caught unawares. Obviously, I would not be playing it if I thought they were.
Yeah.
All right, so I mean, this is kind of doing something. This guy's... So you'll notice this guy's build does not have any offense at all. He's entirely just shielding. Well, sorry, that's not true. He has a little bit of burn. You'll notice there's this timer counting down in the middle of the screen, and it's now counted all the way down. After a certain amount of time, the sandstorm begins, and the sandstorm just deals progressively more damage per tick to both players until somebody dies. And so sometimes you'll see somebody do what this guy did and just build like a pillow fort with the intention of surviving longer under sandstorm conditions than the opponent does. He absolutely was successful. This is a lot of cool shield synergies that he has built up here, and sadly we were killed in the sandstorm. We did survive for quite a while though, thanks to our combination of colander and decent regen. Let's grab some something.
Such an accomplished chef.
So yeah, you can see when this is hasted, it gains regen, and then it has burn equal to its amount of regen. I'm gonna pick one of these up because it might be good. That might be a thing that we can make use of. I gotta sell some stuff here. We definitely have some things that we're not making use of. Let's try to get... I had not heard that that the developer had said stuff about potentially NFT. I'm glad to hear that they didn't go through with it, but it does give me a little... It makes me give the game a little side eye that they were ever talking about it.
Yeah.
Show me some improvements.
Do you have to leave already?
Whenever you crit with a food, charge your other food. A lot of the way that there's a lot of triggers in this game. There's a lot of the way that the good synergized builds work is obviously you get a lot of items triggering off of other items. Okay, so whenever you gain regen, a burn item gains burn for the rest of the fight. Right, this is the thing that you want playing with your pizza. In fact, let me definitely buy this.
You're busy. Enjoy your
And maybe we... Gosh, I wish I had more heaters. There are some items you can get that will heat or chill items around them. And eventually we'll get access to another heater or cooler. Yeah, see, like the scorched pepper here heats the food to its left.
Yeah. If that doesn't
All right,
work,
I'm going to try to rearrange our whole situation here because this strategy is not working. But I don't feel like we're so far, you know? I think there's a version of this that is real. So if we maybe replace you with the jambalaya, get the scorched pepper out here with the rice. Okay, so the scorched pepper goes here. The bread knife goes there. We can't guarantee... Oh, man. This build spaces out really weird because of the positions that our heater and chiller got put into randomly.
Mm.
If we put the butter here, we still get maximum hastes. But the problem is we really specifically want to be hasting the rice, but we also want to be heating the rice. So I guess actually that works if I just swap these. And we heat the pizza off of the peppers. And that way the bread knife heats the rice. Every time the rice gets heated, it gains regen. every time any of the regen items go off, the jambalaya increases the value of some of our burn items. This is a little bit more synergistic. It's a little weirder looking too. These instant noodles are no longer very good because we don't have a medium tool, so we're just getting the chilled effect. I'm going to pull them off the board in any case so that we can eat cookies during our monster fight. The Zookeeper, the Lone Shark. Let's go fight the Foreman. I think he has a tool-based skill as well. We have a lot of tools in our deck, in our item pool. This is a very tool-based character. Oh boy, this guy hits really hard. This forklift is
This is a job site.
yeah, we actually lost that because we're no longer even beating monsters now. Amabel, my build.
Yeah.
Help.
Yeah. I don't.
I am going to replay the fight though because I do want to show you something. So when a monster is worth a certain amount of money or XP, the experience points and coins are actually on the life bar here. And so even if you don't fully defeat the monster, you can still get some of its loot. You only get the item or skill from it if you fully defeat it. But you can even like claim all of the coins and XP and still lose. So there we got 2 of the money and 2 of the XP. Fighting it wasn't a total loss. But it's a little embarrassing.
And Robin is being very helpful in chat, saying you only lost by a net 2,000 health.
Yep.
Thank you, Robin.
I appreciate it. Sterling here will help us upgrade one of our silver tier items. This pizza could get upgraded.
His
Look
name
at that.
is okay.
His name is Sterling, Amabel.
Like the dog.
We could go have an eating contest, and I like that they had some plan for the characters and stuff. Like Jules has been visible as one of the judges at the eating contest since the game launched, even though like she just came out as a playable character this week. So they clearly like had some creative with plans behind the scenes. We got money. We can go shopping.
Nothing tiny, nothing huge. All about
Ooh, what is that? An ice swan. Freeze 2 items for 1 second, and if this is chilled, adjacent items are chilled. Oh. That's exciting, but it doesn't really play well with the thing we kind of... Like, it plays well with some of our skills, but it doesn't do the thing that we're kind of doing now. Okay, improve the jambalaya. Yeah, just
If it's not right for you, bring it back.
double all of the values on our jambalaya. I'll take that. That seems fine.
Finally, some space for that blunder.
Level up. Show me some skills that are relevant to my build. If you have 5 or fewer items, nope, that's not us. The first time you use an item each fight, haste one of your food items for 2 seconds. It's not horrible. Your rightmost item has 8. Is a lot of crit chance. I'm gonna re-roll these. I would love to see something specifically having to do with the burn. The first time you fall below half health each fight, burn 20. I actually don't hate that. The first 4 times you haste each fight, charge a tool by 1 second. So this, at this point, this is our only tool. So that'll make our bread knife go off a little more early in the fight, which buffs the rice up. I'm going to take the emergency burn. I think that's kind of fun.
Proud of you.
All right, we're up against a player playing dually here. So we are at 6 prestige, and it is day 6. If we lose this fight, we will lose exactly all of our prestige. This says here, if your prestige hits 0, your run ends. That's not exactly true. The first time during your run that your prestige hits 0, you go into last chance mode. The angel of hey, suck it up and start doing better shows up and offers you a significant buff, and then you get thrown out there, and you can with 1 prestige, and you can continue your run from there. So if we lose here, we're not out just yet. Is my point. And I think there's a good chance we will lose. I think our build's coming together, but it's coming together a little late.
Oh,
We definitely
what does
have.
Dooley have? Dooley's my favorite.
So Dooley here, this Dooley is based on his ignition core. Burn 8, and when this goes off, this and burn items to the right of it get more burn. And then when you use any item that is to the left of this, charge it for a second. So you can see he's going to be doing a lot of setting fire to our life bar. And you can see our plan here is working. Our pizza is the heat value on our pizza is charging up, and like we're applying now 120 burn every time that pizza goes off. Yeah, look at that. The bread knife is hitting for real amounts. It's stacking up the rice. Like, that totally fucking worked. And we can hit the recap button here and see like what the contribution of each item was to that fight. The rice put up 48 regen. And that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Win number 2. Rock. Okay, so yeah, sometimes other heroes will show up and you can just like buy an item out of their item pool, which obviously is great. We are being offered a cinder. I'm going to take a cinder. +2 burn. So when we sell these loot items, there's a bunch of different loot items that improve your items in different ways. Our leftmost burn item will gain +2 burn. So we're going to move our pizza over, sell this thing, and then move the pizza back. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how this is going. I am going to remember to move our cookies down here, and we're going to eat cookies. At this point, the cookies are responsible for such a small amount of our total health. This probably is not worth doing, but whatever. I'm committed to our silly little ritual at this point. We're never going to run this trail mix, but I'll hold on to the rest of this stuff for right now. If we were to improve the rarity of our cookie cutters, the items that spawn other items spawn them at the same rarity. So if we found more cookie cutters and we got these upgraded to like silver or gold, they would produce cookies that are worth more health. Sadly, we have not. That has not happened to us, but it could happen. Ooh, our first 3 space item. The dishwasher. Your other tools and weapons gain haste and are heated for 2 seconds. And your heated weapons deal double damage. Oh, that's a really good item for a build that is not the build that we're doing right now. The tea siphon burns for quite a lot and has a potential a very serious potential cooldown reduction. But it doesn't play into our whole like regen feeds the burning thing. I got quite far. I got to 9 wins with a blender based build the other day. This transforms your adjacent items into slushies, which are items that give you shield and freeze opposing items. And that if this is chilled, they're chilled, and so it does a whole. I had a freeze build going that was pretty cool. Sorry, that's like me telling a story of a thing that happened on a different run is probably like the least interesting thing.
That's what I would do.
Here's Sergeant Suds. He has all of the kitchen type stuff in his build, so like that dishwasher and whatnot. The Thug has a couple of incredibly good weapon loot items, but he's also unbelievably difficult. You see, he has a diamond frame. The Thug will fuck you up. It's very difficult. You're gonna be a real good place to fight the Thug. Joyful Jack is probably right where we want to be though. He has this skill that whenever you heal or gain regen, charge a poison item for 1 second. And we do have a poison item that we love to cast. So if we could get lucky and pull that skill off of him, that would be really great. As you can see, he's poisoning us, but he's poisoning us for a low enough value that our regen is completely counteracting it. All right, unfortunately he has like 1 million items, so you know, random chance with these guys who have a lot of equipment tends to give you stuff you don't care about. You know what? +4 poison on our butter is actually very good. With our butter having
want her to cook
as low of a cooldown as it has and multicast, like that's actually extremely rad.
I don't trust her culinary skills.
Items with the toy tag. Random merchant stalls or a haste item. Let's go for some random merchant stalls. So we get access to some other people's items. The thing is, right now, what I'm looking for more than anything is something that's going to do something cool with the chilled tag. So we don't really want other characters' items because they don't have the chilled mechanic. They don't have this whole heat and cool thing. So let's just go visit Gastro. Gastro, show me a cool chilling item. When you shield or gain regen with another food, burn 6. Oh. So, if we had this and it was heated, every time our pizza goes off, our pizza causes us to gain regen 6 separate times. So it would fire that heated clause 6 times.
Okay.
This is very interesting. It would require... So this would have to be heated for it to be good for us. This is really good. But it's... First of all, it's 3 spaces wide. And secondly, it requires a heater in order to be useful. So it would probably replace our rice. Honestly, it would probably replace our rice plus our noodles. It would just take up this whole block. It's expensive, but we can swing it. Yeah, I would just sell my skillet, which we're definitely not using anymore. I don't know. Is this a good idea?
I think you should try it.
Oh, sorry. Let me buy... I'm still in the shop. What am I doing?
The green art.
Okay, you're over here, you're over here, you're over here. Okay, so...
I can't believe you did that.
I know. We're all familiar with the gag at this point, Amabel.
Do you like that better than Snip?
You know what I would like is if they weren't always at my expense. So obviously we're out of money here. The mandala will transform your leftmost item into something new, just literally any other item of the same size and rarity. So sometimes it can be a real hit, and sometimes it is less fun. Well, I guess we're just taking a delicious watermelon drink. Regenerative tincture here. We leveled up. I would love a skill that has to do with fire.
I was born in a volcano, all right. I know my...
The first 8 times you use a heated item each fight, burn 5. So the first time our pizza goes off, it would trigger this 6 times. When you burn, all your items gain +1 crit chance. Or the first time you use an item, haste a burn item for 2 seconds. I think Tracer Fire and Hot Meal are both pretty interesting. I'm going to take Hot Meal. Let's like stack up the fire right away, right? Ooh, okay, here's somebody playing Vanessa, the pirate lady with all the aquatic gimmicks. We haven't seen her yet today.
Beast. My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
So what does she have? Okay, so her build is very based on this Shark Ray. When you haste any item on your table, this gains 20 damage for the fight. And she's got some like dive weights, and she's just got a bunch of things that do haste. So watch, the damage on this thing is going to go up super fast. Yeah. And the plan is you just Shark Ray them for like 1,000.
Not defeat me.
Except Amabel.
Yeah.
Our build's starting to get like pretty okay.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fire damage really fast. Well, we don't have a ton of money. Sterling offers his services for free.
It isn't how I imagined my retirement.
We don't have a lot of stuff that is still silver. I think I'm gonna speed up our improve our bread knife, which took the haste from 1 second to 2 seconds. The jumbo walk goes off really frequently as it is, and when it goes off, it charges the pizza by 1 second. So I feel like that's a good... These two items have an unhealthy relationship with each other. And we are being offered the mystery portal. I always got to take the mystery portal. You can get a lot of weird stuff here. There are some events that are like character specific. You can get other people's character specific events in the mysterious portal, I believe. There's also a bunch of just like weird rare stuff that only shows up here. I love
You know what a mysterious portal that you walk through, you don't know what you're going to get, reminds me of?
What's that?
The Siege Perilous.
Yeah, I guess it does.
Yeah,
Obviously, we're going to visit Flambe here.
The only part of cooking that I liked was the fire.
Flambe.
Flambe. Is that Edward Munch's The Scream on her breastplate for some reason?
Maybe. Well, no, I don't remember. It was on a bridge. The Scream was on a bridge.
No, I believe doesn't The Scream take place on a ship? But that's the guy. It's right. I'm not saying the whole painting. I mean the guy.
Yeah, it is the guy.
Yeah. I bet there's an interesting reason for that. So all of your burn items gain +3 burn for free, or we can pay 5 points to give leftmost burn item plus 25% crit chance, 10 to upgrade our leftmost burn item, or 20 to enchant our leftmost burn item. We could cobble together $20 if we wanted to. But to be perfectly honest with you, I kind of think I just want to take the +3. I think anything that applies any more burn to this pizza is the way to go.
Be careful with that, or else maybe boom.
All right, I know these enemies. I'm going to choose to fight the Oasis Guardian. I think we can take him, and he has a skill that would be really good for us. So his whole thing is very like poisons and regen based, and he has this skill that gives you 20 regen for each item you have that isn't a weapon, which for us would be just 100 regen to start the fight with. I think that would be really nice to have. So that's 450 damage ticking twice a second.
You got your just desserts.
We did not get lucky. We got his stupid big femur. Well, let's, I am not going to bother equipping these cookies. I'm selling these cookies to make room for the femur so that I can take that and then also sell it. All right. Buy a haste, slow, or cooldown related item, get an item, or fight some more monsters. Yeah, let's fight more monsters.
Groundlings.
So this lady, when your items start flying, your weapons gain damage. This is not super relevant to us. So these this like vehicle and flying thing is the core mechanic of the mechanic character, Stella,
Groundlings fight dirty.
who is pretty rad. Has some really neat stuff going on. But at the very least, it was money and it was XP.
Finally, some space for that blunder.
Fighting extra monsters means getting extra XP. Okay, so here we can get a gold tier item, get 2 loot and a gold tier, or 2 gold and a gold tier loot item, which could be a cinder. Get a gold tier tool, or have Chef Brolin come and install an extra burner in our tabletop, which is absolutely what I am doing. Add a stove. We don't get to pick where it goes. It went there. That's interesting. But that means that we could get another item heated if we rearrange things a little bit now. And this charges all of our heated items when it goes off. I guess we could just leave the bread knife heated. It charges the bread knife hastes it back, and they just like go off constantly. But I would prefer to have... I kind of would prefer to have like the jambalaya be heated, right?
Yeah.
As another thing that gives regen. We can make that work. We can move the jambalaya to here. And then no, but the burners, shit. Move the jambalaya over, put this down there. Nah, but that puts the bread knife in the middle of nowhere. Oh, he really did us dirty with that stove placement, honestly. That's cruelty.
So Simon in the chat, I did some man hitting. I
sorry.
did good man hitting this time.
Yes, I'm sorry. Man hitting has wrapped for the day.
And I was done. I was like, okay, I have had enough of man hitting. I am now just seeing that the title of the stream is Amabel continues almost hitting men, and I
was giving you motivation.
Well, that would have worked if I had seen it before now. If I'd registered before now, the sick burn that you were doing upon my person.
Wait, is this a good way to do this? Heat the pizza and the bread knife pointing to the pizza. And this way the pizza is hasted more often. I'm going to do it like this. Andy only sells small items, but we could potentially get like an upgrade for our butter or something.
Cat of Nine Tails says that you are in shambles because you were floored by how well I did today. That's very kind. I did okay. You're doing a phenomenal job, I think. You had a rough start with this, but you're really.
I think our build has come around a little bit for sure. All right, another Vanessa. What's this Vanessa rocking? Okay, so this is a very fire-based build, obviously, and here's going to be the problem here. She's got a fire claw that has plus burn equal to 50% of the burn of your other items, and it's been enchanted with restorative, so it heals for 5 times the item's burn when it goes off. So she's just going to be stacking burn on stuff. Both of these numbers are going to be going up. This is her plan. Let's see if we can kill her before it really gets going.
I have a question, and forgive me if you've answered this before, if I asked before. Why are you an apprentice merchant and this person is a grand founder?
So this person bought the before the game was formally released, when it was a quote unquote open beta. You could buy into the open beta for like $30 or something. And if the people who bought the game during that period are grand founders.
I see.
Laurel's name. Aw. I guess our character has a daughter named Laurel, and we are going to comfort Laurel about her night terrors. That's.
Can we do something fun so I forget?
Doing okay?
We can have a late night treat, receive 2 diamond tier food items. We can tell a bedtime story, gain 2 XP and 10% max HP. Or we can go to the night market and visit the artist. Oh, I want to meet the artist.
Best day ever.
All right.
The artist is a character. The artist is a pre-existing character who will enchant your items.
What's your favorite color?
So just.
Mine is sadness.
Alex points out that your character probably gives great hugs.
Yeah.
With the forearm.
Sometimes to up to 2 different people. I'm just going to throw our pizza on the art table and see what happens.
Do you think Goro is good at hugs?
Oh dear. Our pizza has become fiery, so it gets double burn. I think that's very good news for us. My suspicion about Goro is that while Goro he has a lot of hugging capacity, I also suspect, and I'm not trying to be cruel or anything here, but I also suspect that he probably has a little bit of a body odor issue. And so that would probably limit the greatness of those hugs. I don't really want to go to the weapon merchant, and I don't think 5 gold when we already have 40 gold is all that interesting. So we're going to go to the eating contest and get some chocolate bars. So you can get 5 bronze chocolate bars for free or pay some money to get better chocolate bars. We're going to get the best chocolate bars. And the chocolate bar is an item that, it is a small food item that doesn't do anything, but when you sell it, you gain max HP. And obviously there are some characters who have stuff that like triggers when you sell food items, like some of our items do, or trigger when you sell small items, or, you know, so there's lots of weird synergies you can trigger by doing the chocolate bar thing. We're not doing any of that. We're just getting the base value of it. So Yurden here, I know he has a skill that makes you gain regen whenever you use a small item, I believe, which would be really good for our build because of the jambalaya. But as I remember, he's also actually quite difficult.
Gentlemen,
The game is Piggles.
So yeah, Yurden is a champion Piggles player. This is a whole thing. One of the characters has a whole Piggle subset of items. I don't have any idea how it is exactly that the game is supposed to work in World. But here's that skill, Relax, Bro. This would be really good for us to get if we win the fight.
This matchmaking is so broken.
Well, all right. So yeah, you can see here's a Piggles board, and these are the Piggles themselves. I don't know. All right, fingers crossed, everybody. Pretty good odds we're gonna get some fucking garbage Piggles that we're gonna throw away, but this skill would be really rad. No, we got his tournament arena, which at the very least sells for $24. We don't have any items that have the toy tag, so we probably will I'll just get rid of it immediately, but that's 24 gold. Okay, and we get to enchant items. Amabel. We get to enchant items. I'm making our walk also fiery. Amabel, we're gonna create so much fire. Choose a free loot item. I'd love to. Can it be a cinder? On my pizza? We're doing it, Amabel. We're living the dream. Nufu sells skills. We could get an upgrade to our hot meal to allow it to trigger 4 additional times. The first time you use an item each fight, charge your heated and chilled items. Your food items have 10% crit chance. Inspirational cooking, is it? I think I'm going to re-roll. I'm looking for something even hotter. Ooh. You have regen equal to half the burn on the enemy? I'll take that. That was expensive, but it's cool. Ooh, okay. We're up against somebody who's playing the Alchemist. Mac the Alchemist. Mac has some pretty crazy builds that he can get into.
May I dissect you for study?
He's definitely one of my favorite characters. He might be my favorite character, honestly. Oh no. Okay, it's Potion Mac. So, he's got a bunch of potions in his inventory. Potions are single-use items. You can see they have a single charge of ammunition that are, you know, they're like a single fire item, so they're slightly better than what you would expect an item to be because they get used once and then they're just empty garbage in your inventory. The recycling bin causes his potions to transform into another potion when they get used, and when they transform into another potion, they transform into a new copy of the potion, meaning they have ammo again. So all of his potions are just going to be infinitely cycling at us with reduced cooldowns. But on top of that, this vial launcher makes it so every time he uses a potion, it's going to shield him for 36 damage and also deal 36 damage to us. And whenever he transforms a potion, that number is going to go up by 20 points. So this recycling bin vial launcher build can get really ugly. The fact that his potions are transforming randomly is a little variant, though, because a lot of the potions are just like a quick low cooldown effect, and that's what he's looking for, right? He doesn't even care what's in the bottles. He just wants them to flip fast. Some of the potions have like 10-second cooldowns, though, so he could get unlucky and have his potions transform into long ones, and maybe we'll have time to burn him out underneath the thing. We'll see. Yeah, he got unlucky a couple of times here. You can see those 2 really slow potions. 414 is a lot of burn damage.
If you think you've hurt my feelings, I assure you I have none.
Yeah. So we got pretty lucky there. He got a couple of slow potions in a row. But I kind of wonder if even if we hadn't got lucky, we still might have gotten it. Because, like, we're producing a lot of fire right now. I am pretty happy with the way this build has turned. Would
you say this is your favorite auto battler?
You know, I do still like the auto pets quite a bit. I think this has a lot going for it, and I think this is the most charming of them, certainly.
Everyone here is huge. It's terrifying.
Okay, so you see we're starting to get into the part of the game where, like, diamond and gold items are showing up in the vendor. Dragon steak. Burns for 5. If it's heated, this has plus burn equal to its crit chance. Okay. So this is for that crit build. That's interesting. It looks really gross. Boy, blue meat, huh? I find that quite unappetizing. You can see here this diamond knife set, 20 damage, and makes all your weapons deal plus 20 damage for the fight. And then whenever you use another tool, which most of her weapons are, it charges this. This is like the core item of that tons of blades build.
Did you know sail and fail rhyme? Sail, fail, fail, sail.
Okay, the Lord of the Wastes, a hulking experiment, or the Void Golem. So the Void Golem's got the legendary frame, indicating that he will be a very, very difficult fight. I don't remember what these two have for loot. I kind of want... Let's just fight a Void Golem. Let's see. What's your deal, Void Golem? He likes to do a lot of burn damage. He destroys small items. And he's got the cal... Oh, I see. Alright, well... We have burned him very much. So this is his thing. Oops, I freaked the game out a little bit. He's got 2 copies of the caltrops. This is whenever an enemy uses an item, deal damage, and then he's got something that's dramatically buffing their damage output. Yeah, whenever you destroy an item, your items gain plus 100 damage. So his whole thing is he destroys parts of your table and then makes it when you use your items, you take huge amounts of damage. Fortunately, we had regen and also just really fast fire. And he's given us his fire beam. Hold on, we have to actually look at that. Burn 4 with multicast. When you shield, this gains more burn. This is not going to really cut it in our build, I don't think. But that's an interesting item. I'm going to sell it. Alright, we leveled up. Haste skills, burn skills, or... specifically Jules. Oh, look, it's Nana. Well, I think we got to go visit Jules' mom, right?
Yeah.
How is life in
All right, so Jules' specific skills here. Your leftmost weapon has plus 25 damage. The cooldown of your rightmost weapon is reduced by 5. Table setting, that's cute. 175 max health for each tool you have. Let's reroll these. These are not blowing my mind. If you have exactly 1 food, when you use it, it gives your weapons plus 10 damage. That's very neat. That's a very neat idea. It doesn't apply to us, but it's neat. The first time you use a tool, each fight charge 3 food. Or your food have plus crit equal to your gold. Yo, let's take gold garnish and just be careful with our food. Or be careful with our gold spending. Okay, well, we've been offered another chance to enchant an item with burn. So I think we're going to do that. The Scorch Peppers. The Scorch Peppers now also get double burn. And also, I want money for my garnish. Alright, another Jules.
Oh, I'd rather feed you.
We're really late in the run here, so we're going to see players that have, like, crazy builds. Looks to me like she's got a lot of red numbers. So is this... Yeah, this is all the knives. Ooh, she's got a cutting board. When you use an adjacent weapon, it gains 30 damage for the fight and charge this 1 second. And yeah, her knife set is next to it. Yeah, I see it. She's doing a lot of damage to us, but look at how good our regen's gotten.
Yeah. A couple things in the chat. Andra mentions that the only auto battler that he's played is Mechabellum.
Mechabellum seems really cool.
Compelling and fun.
Yeah, I have it. I have not actually played it at all.
And then Alex is asking, Amabel, have you played Illimat? No? I don't know what that is. Do you know what Illimat is?
I'm not familiar, no. So we're on 6 wins now. If we get 1 more, we will get a higher prize tier.
My cat's no 5-star restaurant, but I hope you enjoy it.
And at this point, I'm basically just like looking for upgrades. I'm looking for copies of the items we already have to upgrade them, because I don't think we're going to be able to pivot probably anymore.
Something up?
Ooh. Big scary enemies. Let's go fight this robot Tyrannosaurus. Oh, he's a normal Tyrannosaurus, but he's got robotic glasses. And a hook shot? The robot character is also the dinosaurs character, and so there is a weird amount of like dinosaurs with robotic appendage stuff attached to them. Yeah, we're stacking up such a huge amount of fire damage, and like look at our regen gets so high, our bread knife's hitting so hard,
I'm good with a knife.
and it's going off so frequently. Oh no, Amabel, it's Race Carl.
I hate Race Carl.
Not one of my favorite Carls.
Counter space.
No.
Yeah, that character has a bunch of different like little robotic assistants that all have names that are like that. They're like half one thing and half a normal person's name. But Race Carl is extremely funny because I was one time when I was playing, it was like, what if you do a guide? People just called him Race Carl. That's like one of the worst Carls, right? That's a Carl you don't want to know.
Right.
Cheese wheel.
So Alex says that Illimat is an occulty trick-taking card game that originated as a prop in a music video for the
See
Decemberists.
that mountain? That's
Huh.
Paul.
Weird.
So she was thinking of real games that existed in fiction before they were actually made real.
Interesting.
I've always wanted. This is like my most normie nerd take, but I've always wanted like an official version of Savas, the game that's in the Song of Ice and Fire books, the board game that's in there. That does not exist, but it.
What's this?
You know, in life, which seems to be a slam dunk for the number of Game of Thrones board games there have been. But it's described as like an abstract strategy game where there are 10 kinds of pieces, all have different abilities, and there's different kind of terrain that you set up before you start the match. And like, what if chess was interesting? I mean, that sounds all right.
So this was this person's strategy. Get a depth charge up to 3098 with 9 multicast. Terrifying, but it was not able to get the job done before we burned her to death.
So Beetle in all caps is saying, look, it's a damage on your knife.
Yeah, it's getting real, right? Our regen and our fire scaling are both kind of out of control.
Sweetie, I think you're going to do a 10 victory run.
Let's not get crazy. It is going really well though. I'm going to take some gold for my garnish.
Beetle is asking if I played any of the weird chess video games that came out recently. We played one on a stream together, you and I.
Yeah, the one with the troll, the troll
Chess?
not letting you
Troll
cross the bridge. Yeah. I don't remember what it was called exactly.
I'll have to write it down because it absolutely is one of my games of the year for
Yeah, it was very
last
cool.
year. It's exactly the kind of shit I'm into for game of the year. You know.
So this is Dualtron, the mighty giant robot beetle, and his assortment of friendly robot beetles. This is our monster for today. We set him on fire very much, as we do with everyone.
Calm down. Let's talk about it.
And we received a black spider. Cool. We're definitely selling that.
Space for that blunder.
Okay. Do we want a gold tier skill or do we want to upgrade an item? I think we could probably stand to upgrade an item.
I boast for some masca. Feel
Hell yeah, diamond tier walk. Look at that. Charges your other heated items 2 seconds instead of 1 second now. There's no reason we would visit Paul, the guy who sells the large items, because I just maxed out our large item, but This guy exists. He's cool. Hand me a free small weapon, please. When you sell this, your leftmost weapon gains +8 damage. Hey, check that out. Free damage. You know, I'm selling all this stuff too. We don't need any of this stuff, and it could all be gold for my garnish. 34.5% crit chance. Hell yeah.
People in the chat recommending a game called Shotgun King. Are you familiar with this?
Why fight when we can
Yes, I am familiar with
I may
Shotgun
be
King.
young for a captain, but I've
That
seen
is, it looks cool. I didn't get into it when it came out, but it seemed neat. It's sort of like a fun chess variant kind of thing. So your deal is Radiant Sea Dog Saloon. Ah, this has +1 multicast for each friend you have. There's a ton of haste and slow effects. And then items that get boosted by haste and slow effects. And the torpedo. Sure.
like my crew says at the bar.
Notice the numbers on this torpedo? We are very close to death there. The torpedo was hitting for 3,000 per shot and only continuing to scale upward.
Well, apparently a game called The Pawnbarian is fun for like an hour. Not familiar with that one either. Barian.
This guy Curio sells neutral items, which are mostly just items that you take for the purpose of selling them to buff other things. Mostly I came in here looking for cinders. And he had some.
Well, you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
Maybe I should be putting all the cinder bonuses on the walk instead, since it gets triggered. No, I definitely should be, because it gets triggered every time the pizza goes off, but also other times. Yeah, okay. That's a small error. I'm selling this. It's going into my garnish. And let's fight you.
Yes, I will dance with you.
Your weapons deal double crit damage. Unfortunately, only my food is benefiting from my crit skill, so that would not be very good for us.
The Outlander way is truth. Someday you will see.
That guy is so much on fire.
Yeah, also the bread knife hit him for 1,000 damage.
That's a hell of a bread knife.
It's doing really good work for us. All right, do we want another burn level skill, or do we want a skill from the diamond tier? Let's see what kind of diamond tier stuff there is. I think we've got a lot of the good lower level burn skills. When you use an item with burn, that item gains 3 burn. Gimme. Oh, that's gonna do some good work for us. Sure, I'll start my next fight with some extra shielding. We might be going all the way, Amabel. It might be happening. So Jules runs a cafe. Every character can go to Jules' cafe. This is one thing I think is kind of cool about the game. When other characters go there, they have these 3 options. Relax, get some bonus max HP, get bonus healing on your healing items for the rest of the day, or get some extra damage on your weapons for the rest of the day. If you're playing Jules, you can also collect the restaurant's earnings for the day. And there's lots of like these events that have an extra option if you're like holding a particular item, or if you have a particular kind of skill, or I think that stuff's cool. And I think it's neat that it's not really like obvious most of the time. I mean, with that one, it's a little more obvious, but a lot of it's just like you encounter it one day and you're like, oh, what a neat interaction.
Mind if my crew films this for the show?
All right, Dooley, what do you got? What do you got? Let's see it. Not seeing a lot of damage numbers here. When you use a friend, charge your core. Okay. I'm not sure what his build is doing. Well, it's certainly putting up a lot of shielding. So he's burning us and shielding really hard. And he outdone us. We were applying burn more efficiently, but he was applying so much shield that it was outdoing. So where's all the scaling coming from? When you use another friend, this gains 4 burn for the fight. And yeah, he's all loaded down with things that have the friend tag. Wallace here, his friend Wallace, gets 15 shield every time it's used. Haste a large item, charge a core. This charges your other flying items, so all of his friends get in the air, and then okay, I see. It's just use all your items a lot of times really fast. Well, he did it. Here's the last chance angel. She has come to save us. Give me 20 gold and 5 XP.
Some space for
I'll just take a level up.
Oh, counter space. Precious.
In chat, we have someone called Apple Runner saying conflagration. I can't pronounce that word.
Might be running late.
Pointing out that skill and saying hello, SB.
Hello, Apple Runner. Oh yes, I'm very pleased. The conflagration was a wonderful pull. It kind of happened after the build was already together and good, I think. Honestly, at this point, it's just like survive longer, right? We don't really have anywhere to go. We don't have any freeze, but I am going to sell this for the 8 gold so that we, keep scaling gold garnish. Wow, 32 base damage on the highest level of Sharpening Stone. I don't get to this part of the run very often, so... Gibbous, you know what? You're worth the most loot. We'll fight you.
The moon is not for you.
Huh. What an interesting orb. First time you use a large item, slow all
Your
items.
city rise.
Huh.
We knew you would trouble us.
Weird stuff. Okay, so this is a pretty cool burn item if you have a slow build going. We obviously do not so much have that, but the gold will feed our garnish. Ooh, I do like skill upgrades,
Teach you any skill.
although these are not the most important skills we have.
Finally, some space for that blunder.
We can definitely still take some upgrades here.
Each other sharp.
Yeah, let's upgrade the jambalaya.
Reinforce.
Continuing to improve our triggers forever. Awesome. Just top deck to Scorch Pepper for that upgrade as well. Okay, so we are at last chance health wise and 8 wins. This run's coming to a culmination pretty soon, one way or another. Oh, I see a legendary item here. He's got a deadly soul of the district. So when this goes off, it shields for your current health, then deals damage equal to your shield with a 70% crit chance. So when this goes off, he's going to hit us for 7,800 damage, or more likely, twice that. My brains. Just to recap, that was 48,000. So I believe with this, it is possible for this effect to crit and then this effect to crit, which is why these numbers are so far apart. So he crit the shield bonus and then crit the health thing. That happened very fast. How do you charge that? How do you fire that so fast? When you use your leftmost item, charge your rightmost item 2 seconds. And he's got a very fast leftmost item. When you use an adjacent item, haste the other adjacent item. Jeez. I'm not sure how he got it to go off quite so fast. Oh, 1 shot, 1 kill. If you only have 1 weapon, it deals triple damage. The first 8 times an enemy... The first 8 times an enemy uses a non-weapon item each fight, charge a weapon 1 second, and then he only has 2 weapons, so half of those ticks go to this thing.
Yeah.
And I use a lot of items really fast is kind of my whole thing, so Shield Bash is really good here. Well, we got dumpstered. I would say good and proper there. I want to see it one more time.
All right. But that run was longer than we expected it to be. I know we were going to run a little long today, but I don't think you were expecting to get this far. I think you did a phenomenal job.
I burned enough calories to have another creme brulee, right?
So that's a silver victory. We got past the 7-win threshold. I don't feel too bad about that. That's a good run overall. We got to have a lot of fun with a goofy build here. That bread knife was super rad. I'm really, really proud of myself for seeing that item and going, hey, there's speculative potential there, and snatching it while we were still kind of looking for that freeze build.
I think you did a good job playing and a good job explaining stuff to people.
So here's what you get. You get chests. When you get more reward, what it is chests. If you get to 4 wins, you get 2. Get to 7, you get another 2. You get to 6 or 10 wins, you get even another 2. And all the chests have in them is cosmetics. Because that's, it's one of those games. So we accomplished some quests as well. We sure did use medium items. We sure did apply 300 burn. And so then we can take our chests. No, wait, that's not the button. Take our chests over to the open your chests thing. And I have been playing the game long enough that I have most of the cosmetics. I'm not playing the game for rewards. I'm playing the game because I think the game's fun. Ooh, this is a new rug though, and it sure is luxuriant. There's lots of different classes of cosmetics because your characters have skins, your card backs can have skins. The individual cards, you can get improved art, like shinier art and stuff. I already had this one, so it gets converted into crystals.
They said that was a silver rug, but it looked purple to me.
This is silver quality, Amabel. All right, this is a card back I already have, so that gets converted into crystals. Like I said, I have a lot of the cosmetics.
What do crystals do? Alex is asking.
Well, you're about to find out. Ooh, look at that. The cutlass, the background's shiny. You can see the sun shining off the ocean. That's fine. None of these rewards really matter. So every day, you can go to the Bazaar, and there's one item available, and you buy it with your crystals if you wanted to buy it. This is a stash that I don't want. So we're not going to play another run, but show you the customizables here. So there are 6 characters, each of whom can have, potentially a variety of cool skins available. And then your card backs, which show up at the beginning of every round before your stuff flips over, right? You have your rug that you put your cards on over the course of the thing. You have the album, the music that plays. I only have the default album, but there's a few others. Your stash, which holds your items, can have a bunch of different appearances. And these all have like wiggly bits on them when you mouse over them and stuff. Your bank, which holds your coins. Yeah, but it's just a lot of little like customizing my side of the board type stuff. That's all that's ever at stake. It's not a real money kind of video game. I don't know. I like it. I think it's rad. We're going back to the cave.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
I did not mean for that run to be so long. I apologize. I
don't think you should apologize. I think everyone enjoyed it, and we have a lot of people watching, and I think you did good.
I'm not good enough at the game generally. It's either I win fast or I don't win very fast, and then I get killed by the people who have the cool synergy builds that took a little while to come together.
So we're in the.
I see people asking. Yes, Stell is riding a steampunk moped. She has a very like steampunk vehicle kind of vibe. And in fact, one of her builds, you saw that steam hose item that we got toward the end. One of her builds is all about using the steam to convert into burn damage and stuff. I got hit very hard at the end of that, and I think that was very fun. So welcome to phase 3. We made it to phase 3 of the stream. It's you survived. You made it. You made a whole journey with us today, friends.
Yeah.
Phase 3, of course, is the part where we talk about the things that we have enjoyed this week. And if they're things you can share with people, you point people to a thing so that maybe other people can discover a thing that they might love as well. Amabel, you got something? What's the thing that you were into this week?
I do have something. So, as usual, I'm recommending something from before I was born.
Yep.
Kind of my deal.
How it goes.
I rewatched a film called The Black Marble, which is from 1980, and I'm going to recommend this film. It is marketed as like a comedy and a romance, and it has some parts that are intended to be that, and like some parts that totally are that. But it's about this guy who's just completely overwhelmed and traumatized by the cruelty in the world. He's like an open wound and feels everything all the time and can't function at all. And he's trying to find a dog that's been kidnapped by a character that's played by Harry Dean Stanton, and that character is just completely defeated and depressed and bitter and has no joy in his life. And there's a scene where he's calling to get the ransom for the dog, and he's like, either I'll get this money or I'll just jump off this bridge. I don't care what happens to me. And like, you believe it when he says it. And so it's a really sad and bleak film about like pain and how to live in this world. Content warning. There's some no Alex, the Harry Dean Stanton plays the dog napper, not the dog. To be a different film. But there is some animal death and mutilation, and a lot of descriptions of children being tortured by their parents, like you have in a comedy, you know. So that's the film I'm recommending.
If Harry Dean Stanton played the dog, it'd be more like my favorite film, The Shaggy DA.
You have not seen The Shaggy DA.
I've seen parts of The Shaggy DA.
Yeah, but you have not seen. I have seen all those motherfucking films, and they would not be your favorite films.
No. I can tell just from the small parts of The Shaggy DA that I have seen that I would hate it. But it is a sequel to The Shaggy Dog, in which some of the effects are real great. They just have a dude wearing kind of a half dog suit that they just only shoot from the back.
Yeah. What do you have to recommend, sweetie?
Well, I mean, for one thing, I don't know. I'm a big fan of this director. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of him. He's kind of indie, sort of underground. Not always English language films, so that can be difficult for people. But his name is Guillermo del Toro.
Right, I've heard. You showed me one or two.
I don't know if you've heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a movie come out recently. We just got around to watching this morning. The Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein is predictably great. Like in a way that almost makes you mad. It's like, yeah, of course. Like, it's really great. Oscar Isaac's really great in it. It's just fucking the guy from Death Stranding. Yeah, the guy from Death Stranding.
What?
He's in Death Stranding, I believe. I know. Kojima is a fan, so, and I know they've done appearances together. Yeah, it was real good. The Del Toro Frankenstein, really, really great. I also got to see the beginning of the new Vince Gilligan show. There's only 2 episodes out at the moment. It's a thing he's doing with at Apple TV called Pluribus. It's sort of a sci-fi. I kind of don't even want to spoil it, but it's Vince Gilligan and Rhea Seehorn. Rhea Seehorn plays the lead. And if you like any other Vince Gilligan stuff, that probably sold you right there. But yeah, it's definitely a more science fiction-y kind of show. I think, based on the first 2 episodes, that it's really interesting. I'm very, very eager to see where it goes. So that's stuff that I have been into this week. I'm trying to remember. It feels like there's more, but I don't. Listen, 2's good. 2's good.
It's good, yeah, and
Yeah, and it's always good. It's always good to bring up the stuff that's on the non-TV TV channels, because people don't hear. I see Beetle Bubble says, I hadn't heard Vince Gilligan was doing anything new. Yeah, man, it's like, I don't know how marketing works anymore, but it feels like nobody knows about anything that's going on. So I think it's always a good idea to... All right, Robin. Let's see. What are other people up to in phase 3? Cornflake says the Lord of the Rings extended cut. Still good. Still takes a whole day to watch. Yeah, those movies are pretty good. Busman Nerd and Hollander calling out the new Path of Exile update. And also that apparently Pillars of Eternity is maybe getting a turn-based mode. That's interesting. That's a thing that I've been thinking about for reasons lately. Cornflakes enjoyed the Nine Souls endings. Yeah, so I meant to say something about this during the episode, and I kind of lost it in all the other stuff I was saying. But like, I think one of the things that does ring a little bit hollow for me in the real ending of Nine Souls is Yi acting like he's going to go back to Earth with them. And the thing is, I think the way the story is constructed, I think he does mean it. Like, I think it is a legitimate change in his plan when he has to destroy the station. But because it's such a cliche way for things to go, nobody in the audience is going to believe for a second that it might happen. And Schwan doesn't believe it either, because apparently he's familiar with a story or two. And I think that really sucks. I don't think you can make... It sucks to be like, I don't think you can make a character... we have no backing track, by the way. I should probably put on music. It sucks to be like, I don't think you're allowed to have your characters be that genre dense, but like, I guess that is what I'm saying. Like, if it's such a cliche that, you know, the hero ends up having to sacrifice himself, then you can't pretend like your story's not going to end that way, because we're not going to buy it unless it actually does not end that way.
Right.
And that's a shame. It's a shame that you know, constraining pressure exists, but it does exist. So you gotta live in reality with it, unfortunately.
Spoiler alert for that ending, I guess. No, I'm not gonna play it.
Spoiler alert for the ending of Nine Souls that came out in 2021. I don't know when that game came out, but it was a while ago.
I had someone yell at me for making a Citizen Kane joke, making a sled joke.
Andre Dunn says, I've been playing the Seance of Blake Manor, which is a sort of lightly folk horror detective/investigation game set in 1897 Ireland. It's pretty good and fun and compelling. I have heard good things about the Seance of Blake Manor, and I think it has a cool art style. Nope, nah, just talking about Death Stranding, mentioning the beloved Death Stranding character, the Piss Analyzer. Nick says, I've been trying to do Deathless Silk Song and dying a lot. I think you're supposed to not do that when you're doing it Deathless. It's not helpful. I'm sorry. Beetle Bubble says, I've been listening to the post-apocalyptic module of Shelved by Genre with Austin Walker, Cameron Kunzelman, and Michael Lutz. That's a pretty fucking good cast of people doing RPG stuff. That sounds compelling. I might get into that my own self. Lots of people talking about how ads are very annoying. True story.
Steph is saying, I hate spoiler culture and how it makes people so quick to bitch at the slave story. And I'm actually very unusual in that I don't care about spoilers, and in fact, often I will look up a plot of a movie before I watch it.
Ooh, you're so cool and unique. You're so special.
That's not what I'm saying. Hey.
Isn't it, though?
No, I'm saying there's something that's odd about me that I don't think it makes me special or unique. I think it's just
so. Oh gosh, I guess I'm just so different. Gosh, I guess I'm just so not like the other girls.
The other girls, yeah. But no, Okay, never mind. I
I'm
won't
sorry.
talk about it then.
I'm sorry. I'm teasing. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. You're someone that avoids spoilers for things.
Yeah, I mean, I like to have that unspoiled experience. You can have the experience where you know what's going on any number of times, but you can only have the other one once. And I would like to have both of them, if possible.
Yeah. I just don't value the one as much as you do. That's all I'm saying. I like knowing what's going to happen, and then seeing how it happens and seeing how it's set up and whatnot in like a film or a book or whatever. But
see, another reason that I think something that I think is valuable about not knowing what is supposed to happen when you see the thing is that it allows you to form your own read better.
True. And I tend to want to have some kind of framing
like
of it coming in.
Have you ever seen the movie Pitch Black?
The one with, is that the one with Vin Diesel, or is that the one where it's a singing competition?
That's very funny. It's the Vin Diesel one.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that. It's all right.
He plays like this.
Riddick, but
he plays like this. It's certainly not Chronicles of Riddick. You're right about that. He's playing this like hardened murderer, and stuff goes on, and he like kind of softens in his attitude toward these people over the course of the movie. And then at the end of the movie, there's a critical moment where like the monsters are chasing them as their ship is like on the runway, getting up speed to take off, and they're trying to grab everybody and haul them aboard, and the monsters are at their heels, and he grabs the last person up, this woman, and she looks him in the eyes, and there's this moment where they're looking at each other very intensely because there's been like kind of a romantical thing going on between them, and then like her face contorts in a grimace of pain, and then she falls back, and the monsters stop chasing the ship and get off the ramp, and I'll just do like a feeding frenzy on her, right?
Yeah.
And the director intended that to be just, they didn't just, she got. She wasn't fast enough, and she got. But in the moment, I read it with the facial acting as him sacrificing her to save the rest of them, in particular himself, because he is, he's taken on this, like, he's decided he's going to protect this child that they're with and stuff, but like, he's not a paladin now, right? Yesterday he was a hardened murderer. Today he's still a hardened murderer. And I read that as him like making a decision that he's conflicted with, where it's like, well, it's definitely not going to be me. And now I also have these other people to protect. So I'm sorry, even though I have feelings for you, you're going in the dirt, because it's definitely not going to be me. Right? And that, I think, is a fucking better movie. And when I read in an interview with the director on the internet that some people do interpret it the way I do, and that he was like kind of insulting about it, actually, he was like, no, that's stupid. That's not what I meant. Like, it did kind of ruin the movie for me a little bit.
Yeah. You know what I would like sometime?
And if I'd read like a Wikipedia summary of the movie before going into it, I would have been poisoned with that reading, right?
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I would love to see you play the Riddick video game sometime.
The Escape from Butcher Bay?
Yeah.
I've heard that's good. Yeah.
That is, so, people I might have told the story before. I was away from video games for, 15 odd years, and I accidentally got a job reviewing video games on accident. And they sent me some games to review, and the first game they sent me to review was the Riddick game that had both Escape from Butcher's Bay and the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the first time I played any kind of 3D game, first-person game, which was very disorienting, as they are. But there's a strong emphasis on sneak around.
Yeah.
and I like that better. But yeah, I might have I don't know, it might be fun to watch you play it. Anyway, I think we're
Yep, I'm just
I think we're
letting
pretty much done.
I'm just letting everybody know that the music we've been listening to, our backing track for Phase 3 here, has been this piece from The Relaxed Movement, our friends at The Relaxed Movement, who make the music that we put behind our streams, because there are so few people who are creating copyright-free music that isn't also AI slop in an obvious way. I'm pretty sure this isn't. It certainly wasn't. I don't know. I just want a world where things are good. Amabel.
Yeah.
I feel like everything's
like that too.
everything's fucking landmines these days. Anyway, with that big bring down, we're gonna say thank you all so much for watching this whole long ass stream. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, whatever is left of it. I hope you have a good whole week after that too. When you come back, later during the week, there's going to be more videos. When you come back next weekend, there's going to be another stream. It'll probably be cool stuff. I like to think we find the cool stuff. We play the cool stuff.
Yeah.
And when we play stuff that's not cool, it's usually for a reason at least.
Yeah, because Amabel picked it.
Yeah, because Amabel picked it. So go out, enjoy the world, find stuff, love stuff, consciously. Put effort in. Find some stuff and love it. And then, come back to us. And we'll see you then.
Love stuff, love people.
Yeah. Also people. And then come back to us. That's a critical part of the formula. And we'll see you then.